Hi everybody, welcome to the video. It's a jewelry collection. If there's one thing I love, it's jewelry. And if there's something I love more than jewelry, it's lip balm. I love jewelry the most, but this lip balm, oh, it's so good. Probably overpriced for lip balm, but it's super thick and super creamy. It's called Lanolips, and I get it in the mint. It's so thick, so creamy. It does a very good job of just like staying on and moisturizing your lips. So let's get to why you're all here. Jewelry. I should say I am obsessed with jewelry. Like, I will happily just save my money on pretty much everything else and just spend it on jewelry. I feel like everybody has that thing that when you walk into a store, you like beeline for that section of the store. Like for my sister, it's like skirts. Like she always just like beelines for like the skirts or dresses. And for me, it's the jewelry. Like I will walk right to the accessories section and just like hunker in. I just love it so much. So I'm obsessed with watching jewelry collections on YouTube. They're like my favorite videos to watch. And I actually get a lot of DMs on Instagram about like my jewelry, what I wear. I usually wear a lot of rings. I took most of them off so I could like layer them for this video with you guys, and we could kind of talk about like how I match pieces. But that being said, I usually have like both hands, all of my fingers have a ring on them. I also should say that I'm a big believer in investing in like quality jewelry pieces. I wear my stuff all the time. Like I shower in everything. I wear it to the gym. I go in the ocean. I go swimming. I sweat. I put makeup on, I put perfume on, like I beat my jewelry up. And because of that, I tend to buy solid gold. And that's because it won't ever tarnish. It will last you a lifetime. I have a piece that I'll show you guys in a little bit that was my great grandma's, and it's in amazing condition because it was solid gold. It is solid gold. So I think for me, solid gold jewelry is worth the investment, especially because now there's so many like demi-fine jewelry companies out there like MEJURI, AURATE, Stone & Strand, Local Eclectic, some of these amazing brands that have like very affordably priced solid gold pieces. And I think like the hack for me is A, shopping on Etsy. You can always find solid gold without markups on Etsy. B, being open to like 9 or 10 karat gold. It just means there's a little bit less pure gold in the like the alloy blend or whatever it's called, like the metal blend, than there is like 14 karat or 18 karat. Like 22 karat has the most like pure solid gold in it. And it's gonna be the most expensive. But for me, I don't mind 9 or 10 karat. It's still solid gold. It still won't tarnish. It's still super, super durable. And it's just gonna be cheaper than 14 karat stuff. So I buy a lot of 9 and 10 karat gold because it's cheaper. I should say I am not in my apartment right now. So Ben and I moved almost a week ago now. We left San Francisco. All of our stuff is going from the West Coast to the East Coast right now on a giant semi-truck. And that being said, I don't have a lot of my jewelry with me, but I chose to film this purposely because the stuff that I packed is like my ride or die jewelry. Like I pack it every single time I go on every trip. It's like a mix of stuff that I wear every single day or stuff that like if I have an event or like something fancy to get dressed up for, I will wear it. So the stuff that I'm gonna show you today is like, it's not my whole collection, but it's definitely like my favorite pieces. The stuff that I can't live without is in this pile. Enough chit-chatting, let's get into it. I think we should start with necklaces because I don't have that many. This little necklace, it's very hard to see because it's tiny, solid gold, and it's from Stone & Strand. And it has a little line of pave diamonds, and it just sits, I love where it sits. It's like right in the middle of my collarbone. Let me adjust it. There we go. Like right in between my two collarbones, which I love. Super dainty. It's great for stacking. And it just has like a very thin chain. It's 14 karat gold. And then I think just little pave diamonds. This was a gift from Ben for Christmas this year. Stone & Strand is one of my like favorite demi-fine jewelry brands. Next up, you guys are gonna sense a theme, is another piece from Ben, but it's a little bee chain. Tiny little bee, and it's one of the ones where it's like when you're wearing it, the B is kind of off center. I don't usually stack the two that I'm wearing right now because they're basically the same length, so it's kind of hard to see one and not the other, but the B kind of sits over on the side. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but I love this. I think it's so cute. It's from the brand Maya Brenner, or the designer Maya Brenner. It's also solid gold and super durable. I've had this now for like 4 years and I've never had any issues with it, but it's cool. You can customize them when you go on her website, so you can get like multiple letters. I love how dainty it is. Like, you really have to be looking for it to see it, but it's very cute. So that's another one. If I'm not wearing this pave one, I usually wear this one. One that I've had for ages that I'm embarrassed by how tangled it is, but I need to focus on untangling that later today. This is from Tiffany, actually, and it's solid gold, and it just has like a little blue stone on it. Super dainty, super delicate. It's the exact same length as the pave one that I'm wearing right now. I think these are all 16 inches. The B, the pave, and this one are all 16. So they hit, they're not quite a choker, but they hit like right below, right where your two collarbones kind of come together. And I prefer gold. I should also say I literally only wear gold. I don't wear silver. I just don't think it flatters my skin tone very much. Although I have been seeing that like mixed metals are coming back. I have my eye on a Spinelli Kilcolin ring. I love Spinelli Kilcolin. Like, the rings are stunning and they have some beautiful mixed metal pieces. So it's coming back. Maybe I'll like dabble into it. Maybe like mixed metal stuff. All right, the last like chain that I have, this one is actually really cool. So this is from Etsy. This was like a great Etsy find. It's solid gold. I think it's 9 carat, but I think this necklace was like $90 or something. But you can always, if you're looking for stuff like this, you can just search like 9 carat. This is a rope chain. You can see that the chain looks kind of like rope right there, like rope wrapped around itself. And I love it because you can see just how it catches the light. Like, so sometimes I'll wear this one with the one that I'm wearing right now as like a layer. It's a little bit longer, but not much. It's also just a lot thicker and the texture is very different. So this with like a really long necklace, or honestly this by itself, is like really, really pretty. I need to build out my necklace collection a little bit more. That's like my next thing. I need to stop buying rings and start to buy more necklaces because I want some chains that are like 20 inches long. Or 18 that hit a little bit lower instead of all right here, because most of my necklaces hit right here. I have a couple fun necklaces. These are just like costume type jewelry pieces, and I just get them from random stores like at the mall. Like, I think this is literally from Claire's or something. But it's great for the summer when you have a tan. Just like the fun, vibrant beads. I feel like with a little tan and like when you're in your bathing suit, it's such a cute look. But I think it's cute. I like it. I would say this is actually like 14 inches probably because it's pretty much a choker. It's just a little bit of like a longer choker. Like, it's not tight, but it definitely is more of a choker length. I do like it. I think it's a great beach necklace. Same with this one. This is another one that I wear like to the beach a lot. I get stuff like this, just like I said, from Claire's, from like Amazon, or from like random Etsy shops. Or like there's a flea market in the Ferry Building in San Francisco, and there's a stand in there, and the jeweler's really, really sweet, and she has a lot of stuff like this that's just like very fun and cute. This one's a little bit longer, but same kind of vibe. So I think that's it for necklaces. Not a ton of them, and it's mostly because I honestly just don't get them as much as I get rings. But that being said, I usually only wear this one. Sometimes I'll wear 2, just depends. Next, I will do bracelets because I don't have a ton of bracelets either. This little one is from AURATE. I love their stuff. They are kind of similar to MEJURI, Stone and Strand. They have very like affordably priced solid gold pieces. And this is just a very dainty chain ring. And it has a little tiny pyramid charm detail on a very thin chain. And I usually just wear it. Sometimes I'll wear it by itself. Sometimes I'll stack it with other bracelets. But I feel like bracelets like this are so dainty, you can like barely see them, but they just kind of offer like a little bit of glimmer. This was a gift from my boss at the first company I ever worked at. It was really sweet of her, and she had like a whole meaning for it, that like the pyramid was to remind me of my strength and like being strong from like the ground up. Like, she was just a really, really amazing manager, and she gave this to me for Christmas. So I feel like a lot of my jewelry too has like meaning or like it was like a gift from somebody that I love a lot, or like a present to myself to celebrate something, or I don't know. So it's kind of fun. That's why I love jewelry, because I feel like so much of it has like a story to it. So this next one is a serpentine chain. This one is not from MEJURI. This is from a very small boutique in Connecticut. I like that it's a little bit loose. I really don't like it when my bracelets are tight on my wrist, because I just feel like I don't know, it feels uncomfortable to me. So I like that this one's a little bit loose and it kind of just slides down. I wear this every single day. I haven't taken it off since the day that I got it. I know MEJURI has a similar version of this. They have a serpentine necklace and a serpentine bracelet too. So if you're interested, they definitely have similar things, but I wear that one every single day. This bracelet was a gift from Ben for our first anniversary. I have no idea where it's from. It's really beautiful. It has one of these little like bolo clasps. So you just tighten it by sliding this little piece up, which is great. It's very easy to put on. I love that. And I love just like how dainty it is too. Like I feel like the two of these together look really cute, just sort of stacked loosely. The one thing with this is that it is very, very delicate. Like I have caught it on sweatshirts, on sweaters. So I don't wear it a lot because it is definitely one of my more delicate pieces, but I think the two of them together are really pretty. And this one, I have a couple pieces that are like probably my most like luxury pieces. They were both gifts, but they're from one of my favorite jewelry designers of all time. She's a very small designer. Her name is FAYE. I'll put all of these links below, but she has a couple stores, I think one in LA and then one in Connecticut. And she is amazing. Her style, if you'll notice, the gold that she uses is more of like a raw, like it's kind of matte. She works in like this very matte gold. It has a very different finish to a lot of other pieces, but I love it. I think it's so unique. And this one is just a bangle, classic bangle, but the thing about it is that it has a champagne diamond in the little knot. It's very dainty. It's kind of big, which I like too, with just a little champagne diamond. And same thing, it kind of scooches down your arm so you can sort of like stick it there and it'll stay all night. And I think it's super pretty. I have a matching ring. This was a 21st birthday gift for my mom and dad, also from FAYE. And this one is cool. It's gold and then it has champagne diamonds all the way around it. Champagne diamonds are really pretty because they are like a light pink almost, like a champagne color. And they're all rough cut. She works in like very rough cut metals and rough cut stone, which I love. It has a very like raw feeling. So this bracelet was from Etsy, but it has a lot of meaning. It's just a very dainty chain with little, mine is like champagne color kind of sort of with little yellow dots or little gold dots. And this was a gift that I got me and all of my bridesmaids. When I asked them to be my bridesmaids, I gave each of them one of these bracelets, but we all have different ones and the stones sort of match like our personalities better. But it's very dainty. It kind of, I typically stack it with this group as well. Like the three of these together make a really nice stack. So I love this. I don't wear it a lot because I'm kind of saving it for my wedding day because I want us all to wear them on the wedding. So I kind of am just like saving it. All right, next let's do earrings. I'm gonna put them in first so you can see them on my ears. Okay, sorry, it took me a minute. Putting on earrings with fake nails is one of the hardest things you could do. So I used to have a lot of ear piercings and I've slowly let them close up over the years, mostly because I just would forget to put earrings in them and then they would close. Or because they just never healed right for me and they just caused me a lot of pain and they were always like infected or, you know, just gross. So I just slowly let them close up. Like I used to have these front helix. I had like 2 or 3 of those in like a line and they looked really cute together. I've had a lot of cartilage piercings. I've let those all close up. I had a little half cartilage. I also pierced a lot of my own ear piercings, which was probably why they never healed right. But I have my nose pierced. I wear a tiny little gold hoop in that. This is from literally Piercing Pagoda, but it's just 14 karat gold, plain hoop. And I've had it for years. Like I forget that I have this, but when I take it out, I don't feel like myself. Earring wise, on this side, I have this 2 little like huggy huggy hoops, and then there's a little cute chain connecting them. This is from the brand Studs. I love Studs for earrings. They have great earrings. My ear is so red. They have great earrings. Most of my earrings are from Studs. This little guy, this little ear, you can kind of see I have a little hand here. Give yourself a little high five. That's from Studs as well. It's a little huggy, and then there's a little hand with it. And then I have my tragus pierced. This is the only cartilage piercing that I still have. And it healed so well for me, and I've never had any issues with it. But this is just like one of those infinity hoops. I get all of my hoops for tragus stuff on Amazon, and it just, I never change them. When I put it in, I never take it out, and I never change them. And then this earring is kind of cool. It goes into your second hole, but then it cuffs up and around the inside of your ear. So it's not a conch piercing. It's just a cuff, but the way that it sits is very cool. So that was a gift from my sister. I don't know where this is from. I have another really cute one that I switch in sometimes, and it's a little evil eye. Same thing, a little huggy hoop with a little evil eye. And then I have, also from Studs, a little snake stud. And I wear this sometimes, but it's just a very dainty, I don't even think you can see that, but it's literally just a tiny snake. And sometimes I wear that in like my second hole. When I do change my earrings, like I will sleep in these and then I'll just leave them in for like weeks at a time. So that's earrings. Kind of uneventful. Let's talk about my favorite. Rings. Woo! I just dropped them. All right, so let me just take everything off and then I can explain. So I have my engagement ring. I can just do like a quick debrief on my engagement ring because I get some questions about it. The band is 1.5 millimeters, very thin band. And then the stone is 2 carats and it's just a lab-grown diamond. Classic oval solitaire. What's kind of unique about this ring, I guess, or the setting? So what's kind of unique about the setting is that it's a 5-prong setting instead of a 4-prong setting. And what that means is that instead of just having 4 prongs, one on each corner, you have a 5th prong at the top of the ring, right here. And the prongs are super, super thin, which I love. You can barely see them. So it kind of looks like the ring is just floating. I also love that there's no like basket holding the ring. So the diamond is just held up by the prongs. It's very like minimal design. If you're in San Francisco, I had it set at a place called Number 3 Jewelry, and Ben and I got our wedding bands there. I would recommend them to everybody. They have beautiful designers and beautiful pieces. So I love Number 3. So that obviously goes on my left ring finger. And then I always wear these 2 on my pinky. One is from Catbird. Actually, they're both from Catbird. They're both just this like tiny, very thin, 1 millimeter band. One is just like a classic stacker band, and then the other one is called their painter band. And it's cool because it has these little like knobs. Like you can see it's kind of textured with these little knobs. So I always wear that on my pinky next to my engagement ring. I just think they look really pretty together. Sometimes too, underneath those, I'll wear this MEJURI boyfriend stacker pinky ring. Every single ring that I wear is solid gold because I wear them when I wash my hands. I wear them all the time. If they're not solid gold, they'll tarnish on me like really quickly. So sometimes I stack this boyfriend stacker and then I do the 2 thin ones next to my engagement ring. If I want like a thicker stack on my pinky. This pinky ring also fits my other pinky, so sometimes I wear it on that too. And then in the middle, I have this little chain ring. It's very easy. You just sort of roll it on, but it's little balls. It's like a little ball chain ring. Very dainty. You can barely see it. But this brand is called Atomic Gold, and I love them. They're queer owned, really amazing, super inclusive designs. Just a really, really amazing company. So I love Atomic Gold, and I usually wear that on my middle finger. And then I wear this tiny, tiny, tiny little thin stacker ring. This is from Local Eclectic. Right here. You can barely see, but there's little tiny diamonds on it that just sort of give it a little bit of shimmer. It's very thin. It's just 9-karat gold with little tiny diamond stack. This is one of my newer purchases. This was from a boutique in Connecticut, so I'm so sorry I don't have the name of the designer on this one, but it's a very thin gold band, but it kind of has like some hammering on the gold as well. That makes it a little bit more unique with a couple little diamonds, and it gets kind of thicker in the middle and then thinner on the sides. So this is usually the stack that goes on my left hand. And I like just sort of the thinner, more dainty stuff on my left hand because, I don't know, my engagement ring is very dainty and I just feel like my left hand is like my daintier hand. So I put like my thinner stackers on this hand. Some other ones that I don't have on right now, but I do like a lot. This one is from a San Francisco designer. I bought it in the Ferry Building, this one in the middle. And it has a little like salt and pepper diamond in the middle, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of gray and speckly. And then it's just a gold band that goes with that. And that's very dainty too. Sometimes I add it to this stack if I want like 4 right here. And then I also have this piece, which was from my grandma. Actually, it was a gift from my grandpa to my grandma. And when they both passed away, it was given to me. And it just has some channel cut. It's a channel cut band, so the diamonds sit in these channels of gold. And I usually wear this on my middle finger. And then sometimes I'll stack everything else that I already showed you on top of it. So then I end up having a very large stack on my middle finger. But at that point, it kind of just looks like one giant band, which I think is kind of cool. So that's like the full stack. I don't always wear all of those. Sometimes I just wear a couple. Sometimes I wear just a small group of them. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling that day. But that is typically what goes on my left hand. I have a class ring, just like a classic gold class ring from my college, but my mom and dad had it engraved and it says, "You are so loved" on the inside. So I think that's really sweet. I don't wear it much anymore, but it just means a lot to me. And then on my right hand, which is in the nude right now, we'll stack her up. I have this dome ring from MEJURI. This is the classic dome ring. I love this. I think it's so classic and just like easy to wear. And then I have the croissant dome ring. These are both they have the croissant dome ring and the classic dome ring in both gold vermeil and solid gold. If you get the gold vermeil, you'll notice the gold is yellower and it's also a larger ring. Like the ring is a lot thicker and bigger. The solid gold is more of like a golden color and it's a thinner band. So just also, I mean, aside from the fact that one's solid and one's vermeil, the size of the ring is going to be different too. So I usually wear these two next to each other. And then I got this one recently from Etsy. This was a sneaky Etsy find, I'm telling you. This is a 9-carat dome ring. You can see it. It's this one, this top one. 9-carat dome ring with little diamonds in it. 3 little starburst diamonds. So I'm telling you, just search like 9-carat gold ring on Etsy and you'll get some good stuff. And then I have this tiny little stacker. This is another Etsy ring. Just has little dots on it. It's sort of a good stacking ring. Sometimes I wear it on my ring finger. Sometimes I just stack it with other stuff, but it's very thin compared to the others, so I don't always usually wear it on this hand because I feel like this finger needs something a little bit like chunkier. Sometimes I'll wear it with my wedding band like that, or with my engagement band. And then I have the ring that I already showed you, but I'll kind of show you how I style it. This like champagne diamond band. So sometimes I put that on underneath the croissant dome. I love the look of like very chunky rings that are just sort of like stacked up and they don't always make sense. I just think they look so cool. Stacked up. And then sometimes, like I said, I'll take this little boyfriend stacker from this hand and move it to this finger. It just depends. But I literally think that's everything I packed. Like all of my and you can see like a lot of these are things that I literally never take off. I wear them every single day and they like mean a lot to me. So that's kind of why I just believe in buying higher quality pieces, but then also just like collecting them. Like one day I'll give them to my kids and I can just wear them forever. Jewelry brings me joy. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any thoughts or questions about the brands that I mentioned, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll leave everything linked below too, so you're more than welcome to just check those links there. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good rest of your day. Bye.